Alright guys, welcome back to Only Divergences. Thanks for joining me on this Sunday. In this quick video, I'll just be updating my coverage on Cameco, CCJ. This was a subscriber request, so let's take a look at the technicals to determine what we can reasonably say about the stock and its current technical posture and any potential that might exist. Now, in the last video we published last week, I was concerned of the fact that we did have kind of a sloping negative move here, but that longer term we were still in this trend. And that is what I want to focus on this video. So let's take a look at the monthly time frame actually, which is what started this whole thing. Remember, we can see that after a long wedge pattern, which started from the top here. You can see it tagged here as well. We had a breakout, and then if we just move this line a little bit like this, we can say that this pullback here was the breakout pullback, and so that justified the move higher. Now, before we go into the weekly, I only want to show you the basic momentum analog, which I outlined in my first CCJ video, right? So notice that back here, in this bullish move, we had MACD emerge from below the midline, and it was a long time before this move ended, right? There was volatility along the way, yeah, but notice that we needed bearish divergence on the monthly MACD before this large move was over. Now, that move did take 2 to 3 years, but if we just do a simple comparison, you will notice that if things do go as planned, then we should expect this rally to continue, right, until we see in the MACD over here something like this over here. And right now it looks like we're still a long way away from that. You can also quite clearly see this in the DMI here. Back here, we had rising red and rising black, and the rally remained intact even until after black started rolling over. You see? We had this spike here. That was after the peak. This is why I really like this DMI indicator, because all you have to do is ask if it is rising, and if it is, has it reached its peak? If not, then the trend generally remains intact, and you can do that on any time frame. So that is why I've said if you are a longer term holder of this stock, I have a hard time seeing this rally being over and this rolling over, even if we get expected volatility along the way like we've seen. Okay? On the weekly, 2 things to point out. So first, we are approaching 2 obvious resistance levels. First, this horizontal high here, but also, let me get rid of this here and just draw, this was the original resistance line that signaled the end of this rally before we had a pullback. See that clean line? We also do have a DMI here, which may have gotten a little ahead of itself, but if it hasn't, then this could be very, very bullish. Because if this was not the start of a longer term consolidation period, then we really have to consider just how far we're going to continue to move here at this rate. And right now, the monthly DMI isn't suggesting that it's too crazy. On the daily, I will say that this period of consolidation makes this move a little bit more stable. So if we're going to grind higher or just really move higher, then this is good. But so far we have to accept that we do have higher lows now, see? And also higher highs. Now, you know that my personal focus is on options, and I do not see any potential that I would like here at this time. But if you are a longer term holder, all you really need to do, the only thing you should take away from this video is that the monthly chart remains very much intact. It appears as though, just like we were back here, we are right now in the beginnings of a rally, not the end. We need to see this black line flatten out before we can say that the rally is over. Now, as I've said, there will be volatility. as I'm sure you've experienced recently if you're a holder. But all you really need to do is take a look at this DMI trend, make sure that it remains intact here, and that it doesn't roll over. Or you can just subscribe to my channel, as I will be tracking this stock and this very interesting analog trend that we appear to be in. Now, I'm not in this, and I don't like chasing or buying stocks outright. As I said, I'm about timing and in options. So I will have to watch this from the sideline, as I suspect this baby will start to move. But yep, this is generally my overall view here. Thanks so much, guys. I'll see you tomorrow after the close.